Well, damn. Fucking go outside. Sounds fucking good out here. All right, now I want to continue to see this video though. Real shit. Where is it? Right here. Let's continue.
That's straight. It's these women, they're off the Richter scale. You get me?
Big Ant. Big Ant for a fact. Spitting right now.
Right, so at the start of the day, I asked you to write an assumption of me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you mine. But before
Go watch this video.
I
man.
tell
This
you
is
mine, I'm going to say, like,
Big Ant
you're
smart as a
actually so much nicer in person.
Really?
You're actually very handsome and you have really nice eyes. Do you know what? He's actually a lot better looking in person. He's got really warming eyes. So don't judge me from what I'm about to say and what I thought about you.
Ooh. Yo, you just gave me the best compliment. Oh, you about to go crazy. All right, go ahead, girl.
So my assumption of you was that you're probably full of yourself, with a huge ego, and you're most likely to be very misogynistic, and that you don't get women, and you probably use your money and success as your personality trait.
Ooh, okay. No, I get it. Hey, listen, to be fair, I think that's a fair assumption if you've never met me. If you've only seen what people have said about me, or maybe just seen clips. This is what I thought about you. And you know, watch this little bit. I said, I definitely know she's stuck up. You know, a pretty girl getting approached by a lot of dudes at a point, usually women develop that stuck up personality to kind of even wean off and, like, you know, get a couple people out of there. Then I said, well, I know you date a lot of guys, which promiscuous. I do. I'm sorry. That's what I thought. It's my assumption. I'm sorry. And then I said, this is probably the most important one. I said, my assumption was that you like what you claim to hate. For example, the type of guys that you probably preach against, those are the same type of guys you give a chance to. So, you know, I know that a lot about women. They'd be like, hey, listen, yeah, I want a good guy. Really, I don't want this guy because he's a piece of shit, blah, blah. The next guy she's with is the piece of shit. She's never giving a good guy a chance.
Put up this fucking shit
Next thing I assume
You've
about
got a whole list.
of course, I got two more. I said she's expensive. I could tell.
What do you think?
Like, I feel like birthdays and holidays, you want designer bags, you want these luxurious trips. You probably one of them girls who talk to your other girlfriends about, yeah, so-and-so paying my bills, yeah. So, expensive. You're an expensive girl. Next thing is,
Why has my man got a list?
How come,
Like,
how
that was
come
a
he
scroll.
How come he can be like, okay, that's fair, you never met me, and she just like,
You know, it was this and this and this. Wow.
I was like, she's definitely the feminist who wants traditional men, but she doesn't want to be traditional.
Interesting.
That's like a new like epidemic happening with like a lot of women who they're like, hey, listen, I'm a feminist. I want a traditional man, but that traditional man now has to accept me for me being progressive. So I'm this boss chick. I could do what I want. I could live and act in a certain type of way, but you need to still treat me like a lady, which just doesn't usually match up. So that's what I thought about you.
Yeah, well, thank you for your assumptions.
You proved some of them wrong.
Thank you, and as did you with me. So thank you for a nice date.
Thank you.
Do you know what? It went a lot better than what I thought. I had a good time.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I thought the whole thing was cap, man. Like, I think she just kind of gave me an image, man. Capping the whole time. Capping.
Would you go on a date with him again?
Do you know what? I actually would.
With the amount of caps she gave, probably like, yo, I'm just in it to smash. You know what I mean? I just want to add to I want to be the 51st. You get what I mean? It's like at this point, it's like a U.S. president. You know what I mean? You know, they said Donald Trump was 46 or whatever. I just want to get onto the list. That's it. You know what I mean? But she lying too much already. If she came to me genuine, probably could date her a little bit, but she lying.
Do you know what? I felt like we actually got on. I feel like he's got a nice vibe, and we actually had levels of conversation where I can tell he's got depth to him. So it'd be nice to figure him out.
I already feel kind of disappointed because if I didn't smash after the date, that's a loss. Like, yo, it's usually chicken and fries fuck first date. If a girl, like these days, if a girl like you, she fuck with the first date.
He's got a nice vibe.
You like in friend zone if you don't fuck the first time. Really, I'm leaving this thing thinking I'm in the friend zone. We should have been fucking right now. You know what I mean? Just keeping it being with you. I already feel.
Oh no, listen, there was definitely a lot of red flags there. At least 5.
I think she probably seen some red flags in me because I can't tolerate certain type of bullshit. And then, you know, every girl, even the ones that cheat, they gonna act like they don't like another nigga that cheat. You know what I mean? Girls want to cheat by themselves. You know what I mean?
Firstly, he kept saying that I was a liar. He called me a broken feminist. He said that I've cheated. Body count, that was also a mad one. I don't know why men think that. And I do think he's a bit misogynistic. So yeah, those are my red flags.
So she might give me like a 6 or a 5. You know what I mean? I'm gonna think that's where it might be. But you know, again, I could only feed off her energy. You know, she was giving me a lot of cap, lying about a bunch of shit. And if you lie, I could lie too. Like we could both lie to each other. So it's all good.
The date went a lot better than what I thought. I feel like he was such a gentleman. The conversation flowed really well, and I felt he was really honest. There was a lot of red flags though, but overall, I think I would like to get to know him more. So for that, I'm going to give him a 7.5. And yeah, he did come correct.
I'm gonna say it's a 7. Let's say it's a 7. She's a pretty face, but I don't think she's telling me the truth. So it's like she got like this like facade up. I don't know if she really let me into the true Cheyenne. So, you know, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? I don't know if she sized me up and be like, yo, this is another nigga paying a bill. So you never know. So like, I'm gonna give her a 7. If she came to me really and just kind of bared it all, maybe it would have been higher, but we'll give her a 7 right now.
Okay, that was that? All right, bet. Shit. All right, we got that. That's done. That's done. All right, what's next? What's next? Oh, I fucking like that one. What is a bitch?
We just got our first look at Pharah in Mortal Kombat 1. That's right, the creator of Mortal Kombat himself, Ed Boon, is going crazy on Twitter right now. He just revealed Scorpion's classic costume from the 1995 movie. Are you kidding me? Somebody stop this man. Movado is not even playable yet.
Okay. Give me one. Let me see something. Because a nigga is... No, I'm gonna just leave it. Nigga is light-skinned. When I go inside, it's gonna be different. Right.
And we have Pharah gameplay. If all that wasn't crazy enough for you already, we also have the new Twitch skins for Sub-Zero and more. That's right, so of course we're going to talk about it in today's video. Because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. It really does help the channel out a ton. And without any further ado, let's begin after a quick word from today's sponsor. Did you know I'm partnered with GamerSupps? That's right, and guess what? They're giving away this waifu cup for free with the purchase of any GamerSupps tub. That's right, you heard me correctly. You get this cup for free with any purchase of a tub. That's a fantastic deal. But to make things even better, if you use code UNDERDOG or simply click my link down below in the pinned comment or video description, you also get an amazing discount on every purchase. GamerSupps taste amazing, it has 0 sugar, and they have fantastic merch and cups as well. In fact, if enough people watching use code UNDERDOG, then I'm gonna get my own creator cup with GamerSupps. So yeah, there's never been a better time to buy GamerSupps. You get a free cup with the purchase of any tub, and you get an amazing discount too. Try GamerSupps today. Alright, and back to the video. As mentioned earlier, Ed Boon is going crazy on social media. He is leaking everything. This man will not allow the Mortal Kombat 1 hype to die. Much like Atlas himself bears the weight of Earth on his shoulders, Ed Boon bears the weight of Mortal Kombat 1 upon his back. So of course we're gonna talk about it, starting off with the 90s Scorpion costume. That's right. How many of you watching are big fans of the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie? I know I am, okay? This movie, to most people, is hands down the best Mortal Kombat film, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because aside from the sequel, most Mortal Kombat movies are pretty decent, except for this one. We don't talk about this one. But yeah, the 1995 movie just can't be topped. It's cheesy, but in the perfect way. The fight scenes are surprisingly good. The choreography is not half bad. In fact, I think it holds up pretty well to this day. And perhaps best of all, there's barely any CGI. Instead, almost everything is done with practical effects and real martial artists doing incredible stunts on screen. It's really cool. And when I saw Ed Boon first post this image, I thought it was photoshopped. I thought it was a mod, because sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, I'm not gonna lie. And on top of that, everybody is posting Mortal Kombat mods every day, and also photoshopped images of costumes they want to see, but it's not actually in the game yet. And as a result, that's what I thought this was, but no, it turns out this is legit. It's an actual costume coming to the game, because there's another screenshot. Look at this. In the character customization menu, we see the classic 90s Scorpion in all of its glory. And the more I stare at this costume, it just looks so clean. It keeps things simple and does not overcomplicate the design. One thing I hate the most about modern DC and Marvel movies is the costumes are overcomplicated for no reason. Just copy what's from the comic. Don't add all these random lines and details and decals everywhere. You don't need it. This costume right here on screen is proof that you only need a little bit of detail. There's the yellow for Scorpion, there's the black for the ninja, and his iconic mask. And you know what I just realized? This mask from the 1995 movie is definitely what inspired Scorpion's mask in Mortal Kombat 9 and also Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. This mask in this movie absolutely inspired that same mask. And for me personally, I just find that really cool, because I never noticed that until today. So thank you, Ed Boon, for adding this costume to Mortal Kombat 1. I can't wait to use it. I'm not even a Scorpion main, but of course I can play every character in the game because I've made a guide for every single character. In fact, I've made multiple. So of course I can play Scorpion, but now because this costume is in the game, I'm absolutely gonna become a Scorpion main, and I know Diff right now is popping off and losing his mind. You know what, real quick, just let me refresh the page to make sure I didn't miss anything, because Ed Boon keeps posting new stuff. Nope, sadly that's all we have for now, because get this, Ed Boon gave us a challenge. The Mortal Kombat community, the Twitter fandom, he told us, just don't leave any likes or retweets and he will give us a new picture in the next few minutes. And guess what? We failed. We failed immediately, and as a result, we don't get a new screenshot. Come on, Ed Boon, you can't expect that of people on Twitter. They are crazy. They live online. Of course, they're going to like and retweet everything they enjoy. But you know what? Since we already failed this challenge, I'm gonna go ahead and retweet and like this image myself, because now there's no harm. We already lost. However, real quick before we move on, I think we all know what I'm gonna say. Reptile needs his classic costume too, because that mask is iconic. This 1995 Reptile mask will never be topped. It's always going to be the classic, the best there's ever been. And as a result, it absolutely has to be added into the game along with Sub-Zero 2. You can't let Scorpion have all the fun. I don't care that he's Ed Boon's favorite character. The reality is, all three of the ninjas from that movie need to have this costume added to Mortal Kombat 1. It's only fair. As you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Which classic movie costume do you want to see the most added to Mortal Kombat 1? For me personally, I have an idea that was inspired by Babe Ruthless herself, because in the Combat Kings Discord server, she said this: they should do the Annihilation costumes and make them look just as cheap. And you know what? I agree, because you know what two costumes I want to see from that movie? Annihilation Mileena and Jade. That's right, and have them wrestle on the Mud Pit stage, because that's also from the Annihilation movie. Because like any man of culture, I know what I want to buy, okay? And I want to spend money on the Mileena Annihilation costume and also the Jade Annihilation costume, and as for the new stage, make it free. We deserve a Mud Pit stage. We know the technology is already there for the mud physics. It's the same thing as the blood physics, right? You hit the opponent, blood spatters, it gets on your character's skin and clothes. Do that, but with the ground and the mud physics. I want to see it happen. But real quick, all jokes aside, one of my favorite things about Mortal Kombat having hyper-realistic graphics is how awesome these old school costumes look, because if Mortal Kombat 1 had generic video game graphics, then these old school costumes would not look as good, but because the game has a realistic style to it, these actual human costumes look really good when transferred into the game, and I find that really cool. Oh my goodness, I've spent so much time talking about the new costumes that I haven't mentioned the Pharah gameplay. Here we go. So Ed Boon also posted this on Twitter as well, and as you can see, Pharah has her own cameo meter, but also she is riding on Scorpion's back.
That's awesome.
That's right, everybody who predicted this months ago was correct. You can actually have Pharah ride on your back when she's your cameo partner. How awesome is that? Who needs Tor when your character is Tor? It doesn't matter who you playing, you become Tor, and Pharah is going to ride you now. Because when Pharah wants a piggyback ride, she gets a piggyback ride, okay? When you choose to fight alongside of her, she gets to ride on your back. That's just how it works. But is it just me, or does Pharah look a little bit bigger than she was in Mortal Kombat X? I understand that Tor was this big mountain of a man, but even so, Pharah looks a bit bigger in this game when she's riding on a regular person's back. So I'm wondering, what if Pharah starts off the match smaller, but every time you use her, she gets a little bit bigger, and then by the end of the match, if you use her enough times, she becomes Tor size. She becomes gigantic like in her arcade ladder ending. How sick would that be if you could actually evolve Pharah mid-match the more you use her? That would be so sick. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm dreaming way too big here, but how sick would that be? As of right now, we know pretty much nothing about Pharah, which means we can only speculate, but that's half the fun, right? I love guessing what the gameplay will be. For example, since Pharah is on your back, like you can choose to throw her overhead, which will punish crouching opponents, maybe launch them for a full combo, or you can slide her across the floor for a low mix-up projectile. That would be really sick, and maybe you can even use her as a command grab, just like in Mortal Kombat X. That would be really sick. I definitely do love the idea of a cameo partner that rides on your back, but what happens if the opponent knocks me down? Does that cause Pharah to fall off and then reset the cameo bar? What does that do? In fact, can I grab Pharah and put her in front of me like a meat shield and just have her take all the hits from the opponent? Can I be evil like that and use Pharah as a human shield? That would be pretty funny. Once again, the possibilities are endless because we're speculating here, but no matter what the case may be, Pharah's got some big feet. I just gotta mention that. Pharah's got some really big feet for somebody that's short, but that could be because she is still growing. Don't forget, one day she's gonna be as big as Tor, so. Anyway, I'm definitely not bringing this up because my buddy told me about it in the messenger. He definitely did not point out this fact to me about Pharah's feet. But I digress. One more thing we learned from this screenshot is that sadly, Tor is not going to be in the game. It's only Pharah. Some people were speculating that the term Pharah was an all-encompassing term, right? It said Pharah on the combat pass, sure, but what they actually meant was Pharah Tor. They were just keeping it simple, they were using shorthand. No, it looks like after all, we only get to fight alongside Pharah, which I think is really cool, but fingers crossed that maybe somehow Tor can still show up, or maybe after winning the match for the victory animation, we see Pharah become big like she was in the arcade ending. That would be sick. But one last time, please let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, because like I keep saying in every video, I truly do read each and every comment, so grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below, it helps the channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always,
Don't stop in my boy. Oh, here go my guy. Stuff. Stop.
What was that?
I was deciding between that and Jeff Lemire. So the only Jeff Lemire Swamp Thing I've read was Green Hell from Black Label, and those 3 issues were really good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But my experience with Swamp Thing was the Scott Snyder stuff, a little bit of the Charles Soule stuff, Green Hell, and the old movies. I have not read Ram V's Swamp Thing because his Venom put a bad taste in my mouth, so I don't want to read anything else from Ram V, but it might be good. I might be. I might be incorrect in assuming, but
I
different story for a different time.
I won't go too terribly deep off into it, but I will say Ram V is a writer who, do I like everything that Ram V has done? No. But I like more of his work than I don't. And that's pretty much kind of where, because I will say this. One thing I know for a fact he wrote that I believe you liked, because you liked that was it Aquaman Andromeda? I believe he wrote that.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, like I said, the guy's got he's got, and also, well, I know I think you said you didn't care much for this. His Carnage I thought was really good.
So it wasn't that I didn't care for his Carnage. I just don't care for Carnage.
Well, there's that. Yeah, there's also that. But yeah. And I'll also go as far as to say that, like, while I'm not like super duper well read on like everything that Ram V's ever written, because I'll be honest with you. Ram V is not one of those people who only writes for like one imprint. Ram V writes for everybody. Ram V is like, nah, everybody can get a story. For me, don't even play. Everybody catching a story. But no, like I think because I think he actually might have slick written some Detective Comics stuff as well. I like I said, it's tough to say.
That's what he's doing right now.
Okay.